And despite that, Peli is still sat in that chair.
Yeah, I was talking to GP, and this is like DT time grand finale. It's going to be Mazebeans versus Peli, the East of England showing up. Steve versus Sonic, but of course these two players have played against each other so much. It's not even mostly going to be about the match. It's just these players know each other inside out, and the adaptations that are going to be made. Of course, Steve having those blocks will build a defensive wall, but Sonic is able to walk through it, gets it down tilt, but forces Peli, or forces Mazebeans out of that block situation. Oh, but gets caught by the cart, and now it's going to eat a big punish for that. Doesn't get the back air though, but still 40% on his first stock.
Was a great little catch there, a great little interaction. You can see Mazebeans built that sort of palace of death, but as you mentioned, Peli forced him out, weaseled his way in, and then forced him onto the left side of the stage, where now all of this sort of territory you've built is for nothing. Peli able to keep up the pressure, and then forces them back off to the side. A great tech, but catch. Cheers Peli with the dash attack as fantastic little nair just to keep the pressure on. A block to mix up the recovery just a little bit, Dagger. Let's not go crazy now.
Yeah, this is the difficult part for playing against Steve. Of course, you have great tools to get off the ledge, but he doesn't have any iron, so it was no minecart off the ledge, no minecart off stage. You have to recover via that Elytra, and Sonic, of course, being one of the best edge guarders in the game, will be able to scoop that out, but Peli now sitting tight on that 102% damage on Mazebeans. Oh, but that's a very difficult recovery to go back for. Dodge the down smash there, but the jump backer is going to be enough to catch him in the air. Not enough to seal the KO, but still no iron in sight, only 2 stone blocks. And you have to make your choice. I have to fight off the ledge, but the Nair almost going to do it as well. Mazebeans is so much trouble this last 30 seconds, but finally gets a footer on the ground. Gets one iron, but mills it immediately.
Has got absolutely nothing in the tank. Built like my bank account with how barren that bar is looking, as emergency exit coming out from Peli right there. Just a few stones to bait the approach, as suddenly there is a bit of a clash there. Both players still living. 156 to 106. Who's taking the first blood, Dago?
Yeah, that's the good part of having that clash there. You can mine a little bit for resource. You see the iron, you see the stone coming in, the gold coming through, and another diamond. That's big. Gets him on the second stock with the diamond in hand, but the first stock is not yet taken. Peli looking for it, gets the homing attack in, but not enough for get a KO. And now Mazebeans with the up tilt, no backer to confirm there. Still no stock taken in the first 2 minutes of the set. Calming down a little bit ebb and flow here, but now Peli going for the up throw and getting the KO there finally, and making sure they're getting rid of the crafting KO, because that Steve is going to be spawning, steaming with the diamond in hand.
Honestly, it's fascinating and really frustrating in some ways that Peli was not able to close out that kill, because the fact that Mazebeans survived multiple times and got to like 170 meant that he was able to get his hands on a diamond, and that is incredibly frustrating. It's actually quite funny, I think, like the fact that normally you think, oh, these games run really slow because it's Sonic the Hedgehog. They've been boxing the whole time. They just haven't been able to kill each other, as we finally got a set on our hands.
Yeah, you have to force Steve to box with you, or else he will get a bigger advantage. You can camp as Sonic, but only if you have the quote-unquote advantage. And it doesn't even mean to have percentage advantage, but also just a game advantage. But not having to deal with diamond is a big advantage to have. So you have to engage with that Steve. You have to force him out of there. Still, we got another diamond in deck, so Mazebeans is sitting well here. Peli now looking for a way to force him into the air, but beats a minecart there with a spin dash. And now off stage, Resource are looking thin, but no double jump for Peli here. Has to recover low with a diamond.
Aggressive opener makes his way back onto the stage as Mazebeans just desperately trying to stop the approach. Just a single block on the floor does mean
punching him out of the homing attack. Okay.
Incredibly disrespectful, some would say. You can see these approach options from Peli are having to get very creative, but Mazebeans is forcing Peli to take alternative routes in order to get in and scrap, but then he's not ready for the actual outcome of what Peli is cooking. Peli's approach options have been really diverse, really multifaceted, and genuinely very impressive. It's really keeping Mazebeans on the back foot.
Yeah, and that's the main way you want to play against him. You want to make him unsure to either mine or use minecart and make him pick one of the two. And of course, Sonic has a lot more range to do that with that great burst range, but now upper backer is going to steal some brick percentage. Another backer there, no materials for Mazebeans here. And we are looking for more damage, 84% out of this ledge situation. Mazebeans still no block in the inventory. Almost gets the F smash there, but now gets the up tilt, reverse the situation with the forward air. This gives Mazebeans the opportunity he needs. Doesn't go for the mine, actually. Just go for the edge guard, but is not able to close it out. Peli taking the upper hand again.
Got nothing in the tank, nothing to get back. You saw Mazebeans there just trying to place a block in on command, on sort of muscle memory, but the diamond swords are flying. I think they're losing a lot of steam right here as they are sent off to the side. Peli with a very convincing game one. Took a little while to get there, but in the end, I'd call that clinical.
You saw Mazebeans at the last point just trying to take the stock very aggressively with the forward smash to the backers, not even going for the mine, just to make sure that he has the diamond pickaxe in hand if he needs to get the KO, but also he will be able to mine if just Peli flies off the screen. If he gets the KO, that's another 4 or 5 seconds he can mine, but didn't work out. Peli played around that beautifully as he takes game number 1 on Pokemon Stadium.
It's honestly a super interesting match history between these two. I mean, I've for one have commentated these two like several times, more time than I can count. A fun fact, actually, I'm not actually here. I'm not actually talking. I've actually just put on a VOD of one of the last times I commentated these guys. I'm actually down the pub right now. This is me from like 2 years ago.
This is like a YouTube poop compilation.
Yeah, I pre-recorded this actually. So no, it's such a. I love Thetford. It's my favourite place to commentate. As we do get into game 2. But it's an interesting history, you know. Peli and Mazebeans have sort of stepped back for a while. Peli in a weirder way. So Mazebeans, you know, as I've been told, they have a big boy job. You know, they're joining society. They haven't really been appearing as much. Still very good, obviously. We're here in top 4 for goodness sakes. But Peli, however, Peli has been away for a little bit of a while. Obviously, an Irish representative right now, unless they win, in which case they're going to be UK. But nevertheless, Peli rocked up today, and they said, "I am here to win. I've got it locked in." They've upset Kerbo. Frankly, I think Peli is looking to take that #1 spot, and Mazebeans is not going to stand in the way.
From what I've seen this entire top 8 or even top 16, Peli's been steamrolling through most of his opponents, and being in winners finals, we are so close for this victory, but in that way is going to be one more Steve and a couple of other players to go. But so far, Peli looking absolutely amazing. Gets the back air. Again, going off stage, no resources here on the Steve. Does have a couple blocks with no iron. And that's Peli's been so good at keeping that iron array, just putting up the right amount of pressure, but knowing when to pull back. And Mazebeans in a dangerous spot, even though the percentages are equal. Mazebeans is in a tight position to get something going, needs to get a better material. It has the stone sword, but Peli going full steam ahead. Oh, the tech actually great there. Very dangerous situation for Peli there, but of course manages to go out and dodge the up smash there. Your 30% stage with the KO.
Awareness coming up from Peli there in order to go for that down throw and forced Mazebeans into a tech situation on his own block. But the battle continues right now as Peli just buying some time for the approach. The up smash is disgusting. Peli absolutely has Mazebeans' number right now.
Yeah, you don't see the up smash that often, but it's secretly a really good move in terms of invincibility and shield poking potential it has. But of course, taking stock here on Battlefield. Peli in the driver's seat, but Mazebeans swinging around with that golden sword. Want to get the KO again.
It feels like a Mazebeans special where if you forward smash forward, you have to then forward smash the opposite way. It's like a linked move from Mystery Dungeon.
He's trying to cross the street.
He is. Nowhere is safe.
All right, Mazebeans now getting caught on the top platform. Dash tag with the gold pickaxe is going to make sure he gets off there, but again, in the corner, good resources, and the up throw is going to be almost a stock Battlefield, or on a very high ceiling, of course. And the fortress has been
constructed. That dastardly hedgehog as heading on over, stifling an approach, just making sure that Mazebeans can get a capture right there. They've trapped him in the cage. But Mazebeans, however, able to keep a lot more materials than they were before, as a very surprise burst option coming through minecart immediately to send him into the skies with the diamond pickaxe. Looking a lot healthier, Dakabel.
But to be fair, the resource can be pretty snowbally, because if you have the advantage or just swat them away a couple of times, you are able to get some resources every single time instead of getting one and immediately using 2. So Mazebeans doing a lot better job, or just taking his time when he gets the opening, but now Peli has to deal with Mazebeans without a diamond pickaxe, to be sure.
Well, that is a big power
difference.
Certainly is. Immediately on the offensive, a little bit of a scramble situation right there, able to escape. But like you said, we're not looking particularly healthy in terms of resources for our dear Mazebeans, as the forward air is going to send him off. Can Peli find it? Perfect spacing on that aerial right there. Forced up an iron block just to buy a little bit of time. And you know what? I think it's done well. We've got a powered minecart on lock. Going to see if we can find something with it. 97 is ought to do some damage. Okay, sent off into the side. The hilt of that pickaxe is going to slam him. Sent down TNT.
It's so funny that it just homes on the TNT as well, but now has another diamond in the back, couple of irons, and still no pickaxe now, or a loose pickaxe again, just crops it immediately, wants to get his KO as fast as possible. Peli 136, has to fight for this stock. If he gets the stock early, that diamond is going to be wasted. But of course, Mazebeans making sure that the wall between them is going to be kept up.
Honestly,
this is such a defensive play suddenly with the double stone wall in the wood block underneath. Peli breaking through with the dash attack.
Yeah, they've really slowed down the gameplay, haven't they? I think Mazebeans is really trying to bait Peli into a poor position here, throwing up these blocks and mining, sort of feigning going for this, crafting table so that they can swat them away with a back hit. I think that's just what they're setting up for. The forward smashes are coming out. That minecart to the face going to send it as Mazebeans takes the advantage for the first time in this set. The tilt strings are coming through, so to the side, but they aren't going to get the run off there.
Yeah, awkward conversion there again, loses the pickaxe. Is it mining enough to have the pickaxe be disposed of? And now has to either wait for that pickaxe to recraft it. But you don't want to do it at this percentage because as soon as you craft it, you're probably going to lose it in terms of damage percentage. And there you go, gets the back air there. Awkward recovery for Mazebeans there. But what do you want to do? You have no iron. And Sonic, that Dastardly Hedgehog, has that forward air to scoop you out of there. Just the back air to close it out. Mazebeans with the iron fort, trying to get some more resources.
Got plenty of time right here. My goodness, absolutely rich in resources out there, Mazebeans. Saw a little optimization right there as they do come down, use that Angel invincibility to craft themselves some diamond tools. Some would say it's unfair, but my goodness, who am I to judge? I'm not in the balance team. I'm simply here in the chair, bringing you what's happening before your very eyes. As we are caught with a spot dodge. What a catch from Mazebeans! Oh my goodness! Immediately converts that into a magma bot. Sent down to the depths as Mazebeans equalizes. One apiece, stagger there.
Yeah, great catch. Just that last stock got them in all the right positions that they want them. In the minecart, in the forward air, and that is hard to play around with. Especially if you don't have a hitbox with a recovery, you kind of just mash it out of there. Sonic has the invincibility on the string, but no hitbox to the side, so you are going to get caught if you wait a little bit longer. We're going to return to PS2. A little bit of a more larger, flat stage. Doesn't have the top platform, but allows Mazebeans to maybe mine in the corner. But of course, Peli also has a lot of room to move around in back and forth here. Resource management was on in game 2, but maybe in game 3, Peli has a solution.
Honestly, I have to give credit to Peli. This is an exhausting game to play.
Yeah.
Because if you look at this matchup on paper, it's like, right, well, Sonic, you want to buy your time, look for approach angles, look for approach options, and find your way in to basically bleed out your opponent. But Steve, you leave them alone and they will just accrue resources. A lot of the victories, especially in that game 1, came from stripping Mazebeans of these resources, making sure that bar was empty. And so Peli's playing this game where they can't stay too far away, they can't bide their time, but they can't exactly mash on them either. They have to play in this sort of ghosty boxing range of just out of arm's reach, and it's incredibly taxing on the mind. Fair play to them. We'll see if they can recover using PS2 and its length to offer them a little bit more fortitude, as we do have a bit of a scramble situation off to the left, Dagobert.
You know what I also just noticed, is that Mazebeans has not been getting these super long strings that Steve is usually known for. You know the infamous 0 to 70 percentage, but he has not been getting that much of those. You got to kind of upwards into a forwarder, but usually it's these small scrappy situations where he gets the upper hand up to back air, which is the dash attack or the grab. It's not very long advantage, and that's kind of impressive to still keep up with Sonic, but of course the back air is going to scoop him out very hard to dodge that. So long active, and now Sonic immediately racking up the percentage, 36%, but we have to return to center stage. Peli is looking like a demon again. We are at 66%. Peli still on his first stock, only 50% taken. And looking like it is an absolute slaughter.
I cannot stress enough how important that respawn interaction was for Peli. Mazebeans coming down, that sort of springboard interaction, not being able to use the invincibility to garner any resources, immediately being put on the back foot, coming straight down from the platform, it absolutely crippled Mazebeans in that tool, as we are able to get Stone on deck, but it's just not enough. My goodness, Mazebeans has nothing, absolutely destitute.
I like to up tilt the Clank with the spring. That's good for getting back to the stage. Shield poking with the up tilt and reading the roll with the up smash. It's going to be enough to seal Peli's first stock, but such a large deficit for Mazebeans to make up. Peli now trying to find the first opening, has a lot of tools to get the KO. Everything is fresh, but you have to make it to the market in order to pluck it. No, get back here.
However, you saw that very last little graze of the pickaxe, scored him a diamond, able to get it off the respawn. We'll see if they can use it to push themselves 2 stocks. It is a lot, but it's now there. As long as Mazebeans chooses to use it. A few more resources on deck. They want a powered minecart. That's what they want. It's where they're getting a lot of advantage, a lot of pressure. There we go. He just gets it at the very last tick every time. Every time he gets what he needs.
It's good that Sonic really... Peli uses a lot of the down tilt to get through the blocks, and it's fun because moves still on the blocks as well, so using a move that you don't use in neutral is good. And for especially down tilt, it is good, but it's not the main move you want to use for Sonic, so everything else will be staying fresh. Goes for the F smash this time, a bit more damage on the blocks here. And Steve now in the corner, refreshing that stone block, with Peli making sure to break through with the forward smash. And now into the advantage state, 85%. That backer is obliterating Steve in the disadvantage state. But of course, we are still dealing with Diamond, but it's looking pretty rough, that roast.
Oh my goodness, a little bit of a fancy footwork there coming out from Mazebeans, but Peli is stalwart, refusing to go down right here. Ah, perfect catch. Catches both possible approach options from the Elytra, as it looks like Mazebeans, their days are just numbered. 121, you're not coming back from this. A forward air comes out. One more will be all she wrote, as Peli, how do you want to do it?
Forward tilting apparently after a little bit of a crouching session. Now Mazebeans back in the corner, doesn't get hit by the spin dash, surprisingly shielding it. And not even getting a hitbox going. Gets the backer off the homing attack, and now Peli going for the upper, not getting a KO. Still living though, 146%. Yeah, nicely done. The end lag of that, it may be plus on block, but definitely not on whiff. It's going to be enough to seal the third game in Peli's favor. One more before that important grand finals winner side.
That's all you need, Peli, honestly. If you're looking at this, you're looking pretty comfortable, especially looking at your competition right here. You have slain so many demons in this bracket. And if you can take down Mazebeans, honestly, this straight up could be a preview of grand finals based on what we're looking at. You never know. And you got to feel really good. The one thing about Mazebeans, though, is yes, you've kept this set competitive. Game 2, I think, was very, very strong, and there was a lot of very impressive technical play. But how do you address the elephant in the room that is you have been absolutely trounced on PS2 both times? You
have to ban it. You want to get the flat stage out of the way as well with Sonic on the loose, but these two just seems like such a dangerous playing field. We are going to go, I said banning on the flat stage, we are going to go to Kalos, getting a lot more stone and iron on the stage at a slower rate, but maybe gives him the room that he needs in order to get these big stone fortresses going, getting the iron in the inventory. And Peli, of course, looking keen on taking this winners finals, but has one more game, or potentially two, to make it happen.
Let's find out. I do like the map selection. I think it does have its pros and cons, of course, my darlings. Naturally, I think that high ceiling is going to be very useful in terms of Mazebeans. Mazebeans finding most of these kills, powered minecart off the side, back air, diamond pickaxe, all of your standard nonsense. However, I do think Peli, while you're naturally going to find it with a lot of those forwards out off stage, there has been a lot of juggling scenarios. Mazebeans hasn't died every time, but that high ceiling's going to help you.
And especially, it's mostly been the backer from Peli to getting the KO. And for instance, it's difficult because she can kind of stuck on the platform, gives it a lot of resets near the edge of the stage, but I think it's also good in terms of just having a big open stage to run around with. Not much platforming, or not much up air strings going on with the lack of platforms in the middle and the higher ceiling, not scary to take in with the nair. But now Peli looking like a break, or is breaking through the wall here, gets a nair out of the spin dash. Still making sure the offense is going. Oh, but the block into the wooden block gets punished immediately.
That block was fantastic. Absolutely cancels the spin dash into a beautiful punish from Mazebeans. Peli's still sitting pretty, though. More than happy to turn around, coming into the forward air, sent off. This could be a kill if Peli plays their cards right. This platform for reset is beautiful. Wonderfully put earlier, Duckabed. This is an amazing little advantage that Peli can utilize a lot better than Mazebeans in this matchup.
But not missing the first. Oh, actually edge canceling that Elytra there, but not going to be getting the reward that they wanted. Gets the back throw there, and Peli now keen on taking this first stock. 155 on Mazebeans without any iron inside, getting the first block into their little bag, but also losing their first stock for it. And now look at that interaction, man. It's so important against Steve. These characters that can garner advantage using just a few seconds of invincibility. As the anvil comes through, that is going to buy you some breathing room, but not much. My goodness, 2 stones in the pockets. That is not enough to work. You need some breathing room. Especially with the lack of diamonds from the previous stock. Of course, you are getting a lot better materials, but the mining process in general is slower on this stage because we are dealing with stone. Let's go for the backhand there, but not quite getting the hitbox that they wanted. Now Peli's pressure is just fantastic to watch, man. It's also pressure, but it's also just everything that is being hit is being capitalized to its fullest potential. Very little drops from Peli, very little mistakes in their execution. It's just been clean all around this set. Same block right there. Great catch, to be fair, with the up air. This is the kind of thing you need. You do need to keep Peli airborne. The spike coming down. Can't go at the catch, but Mazebeans able to fight back just a little bit, showing signs of life. It is fairly even right now. I'm just worried. I'm just scared, fearful for my dear boy's life. Duckabed. Of course, it is even, and we have never seen a diamond in this game before, so that makes it kind of scary because Steve is nearing it. And Peli has had a lot more trouble breaking open Steve's resources. He has been running low, but it's never empty. Now Mazebeans high in the sky, Trying to get out of the corner. Peli trying to interrupt, but spacing it is a little bit off and gets the up smash.
Great
actually.
catch.
Great catch from Mazebeans there.
And okay, all right. Everyone chill out. Everyone calm down. Calm down, folks, all right?
Okay,
beautiful little bit of advantage coming out from Mazebeans right here. You do have those tools on deck. Naturally, you are probably going to save them. You're not going to be able to use those right now, so the score is extra credit.
Doesn't have a pickaxe, though, so the big hits are not going to be able to land. Of course, we have seen before there without the pickaxe being able to stop homing and tag, but it's a little bit more difficult without the disjoint.
This is the Steve I know and love. 15 different options in a matter of 5 seconds. But that's exactly what you want. You want to die there because you get that iron trade, you get that smack with the minecart, and now you've got a fresh diamond, you've got a lovely wall of pain ready, and you can send this to game 5. Not unless Peli has something to say about it.
Yeah, it seems to be going pretty well this last stock. Of course, the first stock was kind of disastrous, and that down air is almost disastrous for Peli there. But Mazebeans picking it up again. Peli making sure that he's not going to lose it early. Now has to play it very safe, and almost everything from Steve will KO. Having the diamond, having the down air, 1 iron in stock.
I see a very filthy powered minecart in this dear Hedgehog's future, my dear Dagobah. As a little bit more on the chart. Peli happy to slow things down now. Honestly, now that you've got Steve on last stock, it's okay just to slow it down a little bit. They're not garnering, they're not writing any checks for the future. You can hold it. All you need is one good string to force them into enough disadvantage that you can keep them from utilizing those tools.
Exactly, and we are definitely not in a scenario we're going to go to timeout, so you can take your time, and we see that the time is being rewarded. 55% already, Nutroast. We are getting closer and closer to the potential KO. Sonic with Rage and a fresh forward air or a backer to boot is potentially KO. Oh, great
good hold.
That was very fortunate for Peli there, but that was a difficult recovery to make.
Great option on the spin dash. There's the back air. It's got to do it. There you go. Game 5, baby.
Great catch out on the roll with the back air, and Mazebeans covering everything on that ledge as we go to game 5. But now the problem you talked about is coming up. PS2.
PS2 is that lingering sleep paralysis demon. It's there when you look out into the corner of your eye. It's always waiting.
Well,
is that where we're going to end up?
It could be.
Is that the gravesite?
The thing is, like, PS2 has been the dangerous part. I think he has banned it, but there are a couple of stages you don't want to go to because you get a lot of wood, you get a lot of stone, not enough iron, so it seems like we are going to small battlefield. PS2 is definitely banned. So that's a smart choice for Mazebeans. They recognize that it's not the way to go. Going to a similar layout, so still the same setup as for Steve Apply, but a different format entirely. Getting through into game 5, back and forth so far. But will Mazebeans be able to clutch it out, or is Peli going to advance through to the grand finals winner side? Let's see in this potentially super exciting game number 5.
Let's find out. It's an interesting opener with these two characters because obviously Mazebeans utilizes and abuses this resource bar so ridiculously. He's always running out of resources, always fighting to claw them back. So when you actually start this game, you have a full bar. You can get away with absolute murder. And let me tell you, nobody's solving the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog here today, fellas.
Yeah, the wooden tools 0 to death from Mazebeans here to make a statement in that start. Peli being quickly answered with a double up air, but we are recovering to the middle of stage. We're skipping ledge entirely and making Peli deal with the aftermath. Getting the stone tools, picking up the iron. Oh, but a little bit of a misspace on the back air there. Did not hit Steve as well, but Peli continuing on the pressure, racking up the damage. 89%, but okay. Very, very far bonk.
These air dodges, especially the animation, makes it look so comedic. As it's Mazebeans in the driver's seat for this one. We're seeing a lot of these bread and butters you were mentioning earlier, Dako, that we just didn't see. But Peli's slipping.
Yeah, suddenly they are showing up, keeping them in the box until game number 5, just in case you need them. And we've seen that Mazebeans is able to pull them out. 120% though, no resources, no diamond as well, so this could potentially be very stuck with the up smash, barely missing it out. And that is a forward smash to answer from Mazebeans in a very strong game number 5 from him, but of course Peli still having a lot of potential here, has a lot of tools to make it happen, but Mazebeans has been playing phenomenally so far. These long advantage stages, we've finally seen them. They've been hidden from us for so long, but now are finally seeing the effect of their play.
It is absolutely ridiculous what's come out from Mazebeans in this game 5. Peli is going to have to absolutely push that boulder if they want to make this happen. 5 minutes on the clock. they're going to have to be flawless. Duckerbev don't want to bring this back, as you do have a low resource bar, but my goodness, what they do have, they can make work. It is quality over quantity here for Mazebeans, but Peli is not the type of player to give up. Peli is clutch. Peli is eternal. And so they're not looking to go down that easy.
And Peli is also in a very peculiar position, 75% against a fully raged Steve with the diamond on deck, golden minecart on deck. Everything that Steve needs to play in, to be that #1 character in the game is here in full force. Peli has to do with it, but potentially 3 more stocks. Gets the grab of the roll in the back throw to send him off there. 108. Still, Mazebeans living for the first stock, 181%, and Mazebeans looking for that KO, playing it slowly, has the time to do so. Oh, yes, gets the tech maybe? Okay, no.
That's fine. Fair play to Peli for not panicking there, but I understand. There's no rush on Mazebeans. Nacho, you have so much to live for. Frankly, you're just waiting for death at this point so that you can come back and start cooking. Diamond on deck, not able to interrupt with the up air. There it is.
Very anticlimactic way to go. So interrupting the combo string with the minecart, not even an empowered one, just a regular one. And that is Mazebeans advancing through to grand finals.
Old reliable.
Yeah.
My goodness. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. Mazebeans has been out of the conversation here in the UK for a little bit, just as not completely disappeared. No one has undervalued their skill in any way.
In the background.
Yeah, just on the back burner, some would say. But the fact that they've just rocked straight back up and immediately destroyed Peli, who is on such a crazy, hot streak, is insane. Fair play to them. Well earned in this grand, I would say.
As I said, Peli really blowing for everyone in that top 16, top 32, fighting their way to the winners finals, but now having to bow out into the losers bracket, where our next 2 competitors are fighting to place or face him in the losers finals. Let's talk to Danish Jigglypuff, who's been making an absolute ruckus of the bracket today, versus
versus Kendrick Olimar.
Kendrick Olimar.
My darling.
I blanked out for a little bit. It's been a long day for all of us.
Hey, ain't it just? The heat stroke's setting in. That's a go. I've been referring to Let's Talk as the dastardly Denmarkian for so long, because I just think it's more fun than Dane.
That is very
I think
fun.
people have not been too happy with that.